Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
Hail and howdy, everybody. Welcome back to Anime Odyssey, where we talk anime and happily do it. And I am fired up today. I'm fired up.
In a good mood.
I'm in a very good mood because I managed. I had a lot to do the past 24 hours to create different streams, but I still had. Dermy can. I'll admit this. Dermy knows it. I forgot we're doing AO until just a couple days ago. I forgot.
Until literally Friday. Friday, he texts me, goes like, "Hey, we're doing Anime Odyssey this Friday." Shit.
Yeah, I was like, oh wait, I haven't rewatched Freedom yet. God, because I've been saving it. Because I'd only seen it the one time earlier this year when I saw it for the first time, and I thought, okay, when we get close to Anime Odyssey, I'll watch it. We're getting there, and I realized, wait a minute, it's in 2 days. Shit, I haven't watched it, and I want to watch it. I don't want to just breeze through it like double speed. I want to watch it because I just finished watching it a little bit before I started this morning, and I finished it right before the show, and I do love it, but I've got problems.
I got problems.
It's that second act where you realize that this was supposed to be an entire season of Gundam. There are the first act is great because you feel like, oh, it's like the first 3 episodes introducing us to the season. Mm-hmm. Then you got 2 episodes in the middle that are supposed to be the entire breadth of the season. And then the movie is saved by clearly a third act that was supposed to be a finale to everything that is solved. The third act is perfect. It's that middle part of the series of the movie, which we realize, wow, they have just glossed over so much. I love it to death. I love it. But there's that. And of course, after 20 years, they decided to change everybody's name pronunciation out of fucking nowhere. That bothers me. But
this movie, it solidifies my reason for not liking anime movies. I really don't like anime movies. No matter how good they are, no matter how beautiful they are, I'm not a fan. There's only one that I'm okay with right now.
Well, and it's the one we're going to talk about today. Yeah, it's one we're going to talk about today. Hold on one second.
They always feel too fast. They're always just like breakneck speed, and it doesn't feel like you get enough time to like really latch your teeth into anything. And that's my biggest problem with the anime movie. Always beautiful, always stellar, but it's just a series does so much more than a movie. And Adam's not here right now. He told me to hold on a second. So, hi, Static. I see you calling me a hoe. I get it. I get it. Don't worry. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. I'm here for you. Do you need a dermy hug? I'll give you a dermy hug next time I see you. Damn, where the fuck did he go? Adam, come back. You can blame it all on Static. I don't know what else to say right now. I could keep talking about why I don't like anime movies. I could talk about how like they're always too fast. Like I said, you don't get enough time to sink your teeth into them. The Gundam movie, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. Animation-wise is spectacular. There is something that I'm more than happy to talk to Adam about it when he gets back. Did Adam die? I think he might have died. I didn't die.
Something happened. I had to take care of it real quickly. I apologize. I was only half listening to what you were saying, so
I was basically saying my biggest problem with anime movies is they go too fast.
Yeah, condensed. It's too condensed.
Yeah, it never feels like you can really latch your teeth into anything. Animation-wise, music-wise, usually top tier, but it's so. I feel like I just started and it's done, and it's like I don't enjoy that.
Yeah, I mean, it's they let's be honest, anime movies have changed in the past 15 or 20 years, past decade, they've changed. Yet the anime movie used to be something aloof from a series. If it was attached to a series, yes, it was sort of part of whatever arcs were in between arcs, but really wasn't. You could sort of say, I think it can fit in here, but they really weren't.
A good example is like World's Strongest or One Piece Z, like those two movies, which they're not canon, but they deal with canon characters and but like Z is, I think, one of the only good ones I've seen outside of a few others, because Z is so good.
It was good. My best example are the Inuyasha movies, where you can, the first two, you can sort of fit them in based upon what's going on in the anime at certain points when they were released. The first one's the roughest because of the misuse of the wind scar and the backlash wave. Inuyasha should already be able to use them in a different way than he does, so you have to have a problem. It's a great movie, but you could still sort of fit in there. The second one is also, you can kind of see where it drops in due to the characters that are involved. Is fine. The third one and the fourth one, though, there's so much gaps between certain stories at that point. They are more easily fit, especially the third one, Swords of the Honorable Ruler. That one was legitimized further in the sequel anime when you see the Great Dog Demon. I always forget his actual name because they don't actually say it. I have to read it someplace. You see you see him with all three swords at one point in a memory there. So they lose that. And then the fourth one, Curse of Fire Island, whatever it is, that one takes place after the first anime ended, before they did Final Course. And it can easily be dropped in and happen after the events where the anime stopped for a little bit. So that easily fits in there. So Inuyasha is like my best example of where they were kind of deciding how we're going to fit this in without making it like Dragon Ball Z movies, which do not connect to anything because they're so fucking out there. So, well, yeah, I mean Z, not Super. Super movies connect, but Z movies don't.
The other one that you can end up using as an example is Naruto movies. You can see where they slot in the grand scheme of things,
but don't.
There's only two that do. There's only two. The last is the last. It's the conclusion. Yeah, the last, and then the Boruto movie. Which you ever needed was the Boruto movie. You never needed a Boruto series.
Yeah. Boruto movie would have been fine all by itself. We didn't need the show, which they actually did just like Super did. They actually did a season of the movie in the show.
Yes.
But but the other Naruto movies, while have epic soundtracks, don't get me wrong. The Naruto movies all have the Shippuden movies have incredible soundtracks. They are just out there. They have no actual connection.
Like you could do Road to Ninja is the one that it could technically be canon, but you don't know because it takes place in an alternate universe.
Or the one where Naruto goes back in time, where Minato, that one too.
That was the Lost Tower. But the Road to Ninja he gets teleported to an alternate universe. All the events could potentially happen. You don't know.
I never watched Road to Ninja. I was done.
Road to Ninja is okay because the Akatsuki are good. It's actually kind of okay. I'm not opposed to it.
Point is, while I love Freedom, and I love that we got this conclusion to the Freedom timeline because it's done, it's over. Unless they decide to someday actually make the entire season, which I don't think is out of the complete realm of possibility.
I would prefer that.
Yeah. There are problems in it. And it's mostly the second act because the first act, like I said. So we're going to get into that. We'll do that first because if we don't, we'll get swamped by everything else. Actually, no, what we're going to do first is we're going to talk Demon Slayer real quick. Let's talk that because it's a little box office. I already did it sort of a roundtable, but it's you and me now talking anime, so we can go a little bit farther. And we'll talk a little bit about the movie. No super spoilers because we haven't even done Demon Slayer Season 1 on this show. So we have to pace ourselves. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but we will talk about that. And then, of course, it's been another month. We'll talk some One Piece and God fucking Valley.
Loving it. Rux is the best dad ever.
Oh my! But seriously, what's going on there is more than we ever knew. Davy Jones. What? What?
There was theories of who Davy Jones might be. There's also we're kind of seeing why Dragon's the way he is.
Yeah, we got Dragon backstory. I was not expecting Dragon backstory.
I don't think anybody was.
Because I realized I'm like, wait, this dude protesting what's going on. This has got to be somebody. It's got to be somebody. It's Dragon. So we're gonna talk. End of the show. We go One Piece because if we start with that, it's gonna consume the show.
We will not stop.
Yeah, listen. Oda, you mad genius, you mad fucking genius. The shit you're doing. Adding more shit out of nowhere. I love you and I hate you at the same time. Anyway.
It's still an Elbaf story, but goddamn it.
I know. Well, he pulled an Oda. He pulled an Oda. I'm going to start telling a history story in the middle of an arc.
Yes.
He did it. He's done it. He does it almost every time at this point. Ever since the time skip, he does it every time. He'll stop and tell a massive, important backstory history lesson. I mean, between what happened in Egghead with Kuma and now, that was the teaser. The Kuma shit. That was the freaking teaser. Believe that.
I'm loving what's happening right now.
It's great. All right. So, but first, let's talk the movie, like we said, that is doing proper because they aren't rushing it. It is part 1 of the 3-part arc conclusion,
which is
arc 2 Demon Slayer.
They're doing it the best way because there is no to tackle the final. I'm gonna call it arcs because it's really 2 different arcs, but it's one massive arc. The best way to tackle it would be from the movie standpoint, and I was always going to be really judging it based on how they did the first movie, how they're tackling it, and they're doing it the way I would.
All right. So I saw the movie last weekend. And I loved every second of it. But you need to be into Demon Slayer to love and appreciate that movie.
Yes,
because the last half an hour, Akaza's backstory, it sucked all the tension out of the movie, but it did what happens when you get the backstory of one of these demons who was not a bad person, but corrupted by Muzan. So I loved every second of it. But if you are not into Demon Slayer, you will hate that ending, because why did the movie slow down to tell this dude's story? Because it's massively important.
They did the exact same thing in the manga. That was something I was going to be like, you need this. Yeah. This is a required bit,
and it was glorious.
To understand this.
I mean, I loved it. My only problem was I was pressed for time to get back here to do Saturday Night Drive-In. So I'm like, because here I went to. Did I tell you this? The movie was at 3:15. So we'll start at 3:20. It didn't actually start till 3:40 because of commercials and trailers.
Yeah. And
that pissed me the fuck off. I barely got back here in time last Saturday to get ready for drive-in. So I was really pissed at that. But it's a really weird feeling to be loving what you're watching, but checking your clock. It's like, I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. What? Yeah. I should have been out of here 20 minutes ago.
Which is why whenever I go to the movies, I try not to schedule anything that day, because I know I'm not. It's going to be a push for time. That was the only time I could go. I know.
I didn't want to go at 11 in the morning. I wanted to eat lunch and be relaxed. I didn't want to have to wake up and go out the door. And I thought, I got 4 hours at this point. I'll get home in time. Yeah, fat fucking chance.
I loved the movie. Akasa's backstory. It humanizes him. It does what you haven't had for even like a good chunk of time. Like you didn't get that during Sword Village. You didn't really get a backstory there.
Well, and those guys were bad. They were bad. We saw the one we got, the little midget one, the midget demon. He was a rotten piece of shit when he was a human, and he was a rotten piece of shit as a demon.
Guess there's a good backstory in the next part. I'm not going to spoil whose.
Yeah.
Actually, no, there's 2 good backstories in the next part. But you get another like purely evil dude.
Yeah, of course. The number one. He
number
looks
2.
like he's number 2. Well, we saw a bit of number 2 in this one.
There's a little bit more.
Well, I mean more, but you saw it. His thing is, as a human, he was an arrogant weirdo that looked at life poorly, had a very, very distinctive view of life. So that's amplified by his demonic transformation.
I don't think you see him become a demon.
Not yet. No, we didn't. No, we didn't see.
No, I don't think you see it at all.
Oh, point
is,
though,
just like you've seen his backstory. There's another aspect to his backstory you haven't seen. I'm not going to spoil it.
That's fine. Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil number 1's backstory, but I do like number 1's backstory.
Well, all the backstories are great, and at least with Asuka, is it proves my whole entire theme for Demon Slayer. The demons 9 times out of 10 are as much a victim as everybody else.
Yes.
The true evil is Muzan. And because
you take a look at Zenitsu's partner,
his brother.
Yeah, his brother. Like that, he's not actually a brother, but they are brother. They're technically brothers.
Yeah, you know.
That guy, I love that part the best. I loved it in the manga. It was the most touching part to me. And what it was, hey, this guy can do all the other aspects of the breathing, but he can't do the first. Zetsu can only do the first. And through this like animosity that was growing and this like not wanting to be seen as like all this stuff and wanting to be better, he took a bad path and it hurt him. It hurt all of Zetsuna. And then you see Zetsuna actually grew from that.
Dude, when he's locked in this movie, it is really good to see him locked in like that. It's so good. But so I love the idea that these are people who had good, most of the part, had good, honest lives, and then get corrupted by Muzan. I mean, Asuka forgot who he was. And to be brought back by his memories because Tanjiro is like his sensei, and he doesn't want to go back there. But then to be so grateful that he remembers who he was. And that the pain that he suffered. I don't want to do many details for people who are watching. I'm spoiled, but it's so good. Yeah.
That and also like him I'll say this: him accepting that he's not going to see them in the afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't get to go with them.
It's. I got the feels when I was watching it. It was so powerful, but I still think that I think they went to him. He didn't go where they were. They went to him. It feels like that's what I got from that.
I think the way I see it is they're ushering him. They're saying, "Hey, it's okay. We want you to come with us, but we know you won't be able to see unless they don't deal with the afterlife and that.
I know. I feel like they went to him. We've been waiting for you here. We're not there. We're here waiting for you to come back to being you. That's what I got. Well, at some point when we get to cover this, we'll go into more detail because I don't want to.
Because they do tackle the afterlife in a weird way. Like there's only one person. A couple of them, that they go to hell, for lack of a better term.
And we see ghosts in the first arc. We see ghosts in the first arc.
Yeah,
during Tanjiro's training arc.
Yeah, and they make you wonder how, what some of these demons, do they go to hell afterwards or do they not? Like how would that end up going down? But it is something to tackle.
The whole movie is a work of art. The animation, the choreography. I went and see the dub because I don't have a problem. I will watch subbed, but I'm not going to watch subbed in a theater where if I blink or if it's a bad editing and I miss something, I can't go back and make sure I saw the word right. So if I'm going to go to the movies, I'm going to watch the dub. If I'm at home, I'll watch either one, whichever one comes my way first. I mean, I've watched Demon Slayer both dub and sub, depending on when I get my hands on it. So I couldn't go either way, but I went and saw the dub. I thought it was performed beautifully by everybody. I thought the soundtrack was outstanding. The visuals were mind-blowing. One thing we talked about movies and animation. One thing I do love about the movie animation is always so good.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
I mean, just every little bit. And this movie has earned everything it has achieved in the past 2 months. It's been out. We've only had it for 3 weeks now in America, but it's been out since July in Japan. And then it's staggered release.
It's earning its spot as the highest grossing anime movie right now.
It crossed 600 million today. Worldwide. Do you know what the budget is for this?
You said 20 million.
20 million. It's made $500 million in net profit.
It's almost like if you tell a cohesive story, a story people actually gravitate towards, something that's not even that difficult. Like this story is very simple in its grand scheme and some of its execution. It makes you care about everybody. If you tell
the characters are fantastic.
Yes, if you tell a well-rounded, well-developed story, you'll have a fucking movie at the end that makes more than most of the fucking.
It has made more
this year.
It has Dermy. This is for the fiscal year of 2025 and for the calendar year of 2025. This is the most profitable movie out there. It has made more money than anything released here in America. Net profit wise. I mean, Lilo and Stitch made over $1 million, but their break even was around 400 or 500 million. So they made about 300 to 400 million. This has made over $500 million on a $20 million budget. And guess what we learned a couple days ago? China release.
And usually we diss China releases. We usually diss those.
This is different.
This movie's already made a buttload of money. This is just extra money.
This is extra.
Even if it's like they're only getting 25 cents for the dollar.
It doesn't matter.
Even if it's that's just extra money in their pocket.
Sony and UFO Table have made enough money to make the other two movies. And still have plenty left over to line everybody's pockets with congratulations on doing awesome work.
Yes. And I'm really looking forward to the final one, mainly for the prologue. I want that prologue.
Here's my big fear right now, and I don't see how the rumors on the release schedule for this right now. You know what they say 2027, 2029. That's what the people keep saying, but I see no evidence of that. Does that make sense to you?
2027, No.
Because think about this.
We're not even in 2026 yet. 2026 would be the best time to release the next one. Then
because all these are half seasons of anime right here.
Yeah.
And if you release it once a year, I'm fine with that because it's the next season. I don't see how they don't have this ready for 2026 and 2027. Who thinks it's going to be the final one released in 2029? You're going to lose all your momentum.
Like, I could understand
if it wasn't
putting the third part out a decent ways out, like compared to where we are right now, because the third one's going to have a lot of animation. But in between everything, like, unless the third one is like the decent one that's a ways out, the second one should already be at least maybe getting dubbed, voice work or something like that has to already be doing right now. Animation wise, they're probably already getting it done and putting it all together. Like, it doesn't make sense that you would wait that long.
Makes no sense at all to me.
The only way to wait that long is if, okay, we put this movie out. Are we actually going to do the next one? No? Yes? No, you should.
All the source material's done. It's been done for years.
And they already said that they were going to do 3 movies. So it makes sense that they finished the first one. One team, like, they finished the first one, and while they maybe took a break, or maybe they did this in teams where they finished the first one, the team starts on the second one.
Yeah.
Then they're going to finish up the second one, put it into the theater, and do the same thing with the third one. That makes the most logical sense. That, hey, we boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. It makes it seems perfectly logical to me. We'll get the second movie late next year, and we'll get the third one in 2027. I figure, well, it's end of summer. If they release, if they keep it a year apart, we'll get it around the same time now, and then we get the third one in 2027. And then here's the thing, though: this thing is only gonna make more and more money because once it's done, and you've assured me that I'm probably gonna like the ending. Hello, Blu-ray sales. Hello, manga sales. Hello, merch sales. I mean,
guys, I'll be real honest with you. I want the box set for the manga.
I want the Blu-ray box set. It will get a place of honor on my shelf because it will fulfill my requirements. Completed, great all the way through, sticks the landing.
I'd be fine. Like, I want the prologue. The prologue is just so beautiful. It's wonderful. It's a happy ever after for everybody.
You mean epilogue? The
prologue
starts.
Epilogue?
Prologue begins.
Okay, epilogue. Yeah. Epilogue. I want that epilogue. I also am not opposed to them animating at least an extra season. It's pure filler. It's not necessary to do this. But there is another manga, kind of like a side part for Demon Slayer that is a prequel, but it's solely set between Rengoku and the Water Hashira and an adventure that they went on. And I would like to see that. Yeah.
Listen, Demon Slayer makes money, makes gobs of money, obviously. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do it. And I believe when all said and done, just like they did with Mugen Train, they'll turn these 3 movies into a full season and air it on Japanese stations. They'll do it because it's just, this thing makes money and everybody wants it. And
it brings money.
I mean, listen, when the time comes and I'm in a better studio, I've said this in the past. One of my things I want to get, I want to, for my background on my wall, however it's gonna be designed, I want my favorite video game and anime swords. I want Tanjiro's katana, his final katana.
I have a cosplay style for Rengoku's right there. I would like to have I can never remember his name, but the stone breathing Hashira. I would like
you want his axe and mace?
Yes, I do. I want his axe and mace.
Do they even make that?
There are people that have made it because it's not
that's a crazy one to make. It's one thing to make a replica sword. That thing would require some dedication.
they had to make it for like cosplay. They haven't made like a real version of it. So I would like it, but like I've told you guys, you can kind of see him right there. I like that dude ever since I read about him. I've liked him so much. He's my favorite character, and you're about to see next movie. You're gonna see him just.
I know. I can see where it's going. I can very much see where it's going in terms of how the fights are going to line up. Point is, this thing prints money, and UFO Table and Sony can make money for another 3 to 5 years with this. So it doesn't make sense to stretch the movies out to the very end of the decade because you're going to lose profit. You're going to lose momentum. Now, I think that these are just because as I said, the people who say 2027 will be the second one, 2029 next one. That's people working on Western perspective of how things are made.
Mm.
The Japanese work different. They work efficiently and quickly on these things.
And it's
So,
like the only way for a 2027 release to make sense for the second one would be like, hey, it's releasing January 1st.
Mhm.
That's the only
which
way
would
that
be
make
sort
sense.
of acceptable, but
Yeah.
This Sony, they are desperate to make more money on this. So there's no way they slow it down.
Yeah.
I don't think they slow it
They're
down.
chugging along. Sony's I don't like the Sony
don't.
Crunchyroll deal.
We don't.
It
We
is
do
a
not.
monopoly. It's bad. But you got to call balls and strikes. And in this situation, they're printing money and they figured out like there's a mathematical.
Here's how I look at it. We do not like monopolies. We do not like that Sony is just doing whatever they want. But it seems like Sony and their anime and manga acquisitions as of late looks like they're hands off.
Yeah.
It seems like with the Katakawa stuff and now with the Crunchyroll stuff, it feels like they're hands off because look, here's what hands off gets you. $500 million in profit.
Yeah.
This is what everybody should take away from this. If you don't shove agenda in, if you stick to the source material and give it to the fans, we become your biggest cheerleaders. This is what we've been talking about for years of stuff. This is not a hard thing to figure out. It's very easy to make money if you cater to your core audience. And I said this earlier, I'm going to say it again. We already saw that Demon Slayer is a very easy entry-level gateway show franchise for anime. People very easily got into anime through it.
It came out at the perfect time. It came out, was it it was towards the tail end of COVID, but it came out at a beautiful time.
My desk was still over there when I watched Mugen Train. So
I binged the first season when it came to Netflix and I fell in love with it. I read the entirety of the manga like within a week. I want more of it. I desire more of it. I've been a fan of this forever. And one of the best parts about this is back when Mugen Train was coming out and they were releasing like toys in Japan and McDonald's and stuff. There was a poll done in Japan. More boys wanted to be like Tanjiro. And all Tanjiro is essentially Captain America.
He's a hard worker. He's a hard worker.
Standard.
He's a good brother.
Hero.
He's a good son.
Guy. Yeah. And he's just a hero.
And
that's what a lot of people are missing right now. That's why they like Demon Slayer.
And he's the luckiest son of a bitch when a pink-haired, giant-breasted woman just throws herself at you and hugs you tightly. Mm-hmm. She's waifu material.
Yes. And I'm going to shut up.
Yeah. I have fears, and I have fears.
There's nothing to be afraid of, but there's a nice story. There's a nice little nice little love.
And then he's got a nice little he's got a would-be girlfriend from the medic crew. I mean, she's a nice little thing. He gave her hope. Tanjiro's just a good protagonist. And here's one of the things when people shit on shonen slop. This is shonen to the core. But I'm sorry, this shonen slop has more depth to it than a lot of the drama that people go crazy over.
Yes.
A lot of
character development off the wazoo. I would say this goes up there with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh, if it sticks to the lane like they will, yeah, Demon Slayer is an all-timer because of both it's the character work, these stories, these characters are larger than life, and we connect to them.
I will not spoiling it. There's a little bit weirdness that happens towards the end, a little.
Is anything ever quite perfect? Is anything ever quite perfect? Even FMB has its own problems. Let's be honest.
I do like the ending. It's not my favorite ending, but that's just because of who I am personally. But I think I think everybody else will enjoy the ending. I think it's going to stick the ending, and that epilogue is. People are going to go shit for that epilogue. They are.
I love a good epilogue. I really love a good epilogue.
The epilogue takes place in essentially the modern day.
Wow. All right, stop right there.
There's some nice. I'm not telling you more.
There. Just stop right there. So if you haven't seen it yet, while it's still in theaters here in America, go see Infinity Castle. If you've done your homework, it's only worth it if you've done your 63 episodes of homework.
It's good. It's good. It's good homework too. This is
good
not.
Homework. Yeah, I'm
this
sorry.
Isn't like, hey, in order to get a One Piece, you need to get through the 65 episodes of East Blue.
I mean, here's the thing. Leading up to, I just started watching the summer season of anime this week.
Mm-hmm.
Enough shows have ended. I've collected them. I've already burned through Clevitas, which I enjoyed. Dermy's kind of half and half on it. I started Kaiju number 8. I didn't realize there was still an episode left, so I got 2 left to go. Oh, hang on, sorry, fighting a hiccup. I got 2 episodes left to go on that, so I kind of pulled up short because it's a slow season, but it's a build-up season. You know, it's a training season, is what it is. It's a lot of training going on, but I like it. I still like the character work. My only beef with Kaiju number 8 is there ain't no waifus in that show. Ain't no waifus. They're not built waifus.
They're not built for a waifu.
Yeah, yeah. The animation is not about. I'm not saying they're not pretty, but it's not waifus. You know, I'm not getting my TNA fix that I need. Right now, I've moved on to sort of a fantasy comedy drama one, The Tutor of the Duke's Daughter. It's actually pretty good.
I heard about that. I haven't seen it.
I'm enjoying it. I'm about halfway through it now. I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. But then, and I still got a few more, and some things are still ending. We still got Shield Hero season 4.
I need to get caught up on Shield Hero.
It's ending this week. A couple others are still ending. Then I watched a couple of Cuckoos season 2. I got a lot of good stuff still ending. So I got a lot of good stuff, but I had to kind of find a bridge between finishing everything I was watching from last season to this season. And Jeremy well knows that I had not planned on going to see Infinity Castle because, 1, I didn't think it was going to be here, and 2, I didn't realize that if I don't go see this, I'm going to get spoiled all fuck by people. So I decided to go see it. If I had realized I was going to do that, I would have watched Demon Slayer. I would have rewatched all seasons 1 through 4. I would have done that instead of watching the crap that I watched. I watched several series that were crap that I had never one I believe I had started but then stopped, and the others I'd never heard of or seen. They were all pretty much garbage, and it was I wouldn't call it a waste of time, but there's a reason I think I skipped them in the past, or they didn't come on my radar.
I still need to get caught back up onto Shield Hero. There's only a few episodes I need to watch, and then I'll be caught up to 2. I've been watching Clevitas. I do agree with you though. If I because this all kind of just came about like, hey, we'll go see it.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't gonna watch it because I didn't think you were gonna go watch it.
Yeah, and then I told you I think there's a window for me to go see it because my schedule with the way I have access to my car during the week. It's my car, but I let somebody else take it to work since I work out of the house. I don't have to go anywhere. I can't go see a matinee in the middle of the day, and I ain't going out at night to the movies around here. That didn't happen. So at first they didn't have showings on the weekend, but then they put showings on the weekend. But then they moved the showings around. I was like, okay, I can go in this little window. And then suddenly it was happening. And then I told Dermot I was going that well, and he's like, well, God damn it, now I'm gonna go see it.
Because I technically haven't watched anything after Red Light District.
Yeah, see, I watched.
I've read the manga multiple times.
You read the manga,
so
yeah.
It's like,
so I've seen it all. I watched everything, and I haven't. I've seen season 1 twice. I haven't rewatched Mugen Train / Red Light District because they did repurpose those into a whole season. And I saw Sword Village arc, and of course I saw Hashira training arc. So I could have rewatched all of that and not fucked around because I have another major rewatch I'm going to do as we get closer, but I want to wait until Black Clover has a release date before I schedule my rewatch of Black Clover.
Please give me Black Clover.
So I want to rewatch. I want to rewatch Black Clover, but I need to wait. I want to time it so that I'm close. You know, so I was really annoyed at myself that I was like, why didn't I rewatch Demon Slayer leading up to the movie? It would have been great. I would have been fun. I would have been happy. And now I'm happy again. I have fresh anime. Anyway, so there's our obligatory discussion of Demon Slayer. It's ruling the yard. It has every right to rule the yard. And I don't know how much it's going to gross in the end, but with China, it's going to add at least another $100 to $200 million to it. Easy.
Yes.
Easy. And you know what that means, Jeremy? It will have grossed more than Superman.
Yeah.
and it will have made more than every DC and MCU movie that's come out this year.
Yeah. It's almost, again, just super simplistic story. Why can't you do this, America? What? James Gunn, why? Marvel, why?
The answer
is
very easy.
Not rocket science.
No, it's common sense. They don't have it. Anyway, we're not here to talk that. We're here to talk. Let's move on. Let's bring ourselves to our central topic of today. Our conclusion, even though we are a little bit late because summer is sort of already over. Summer of Gundam ends with Gundam Seed Freedom. Came out a couple of years ago, surprised everybody. I mean, there had been rumors for years of a third season for Gundam Seed, then repurposed, and then this and that. We had a lot of scary news of what they were doing with it. And then out of nowhere, hey, here's a movie happening after Destiny. New content. Now, I put it off for a long time because I was a little afraid. I can admit this. I was scared because I've been watching, as we talked about this for the past several months, I have watched and rewatched Seed and Destiny for the past 20 years over and over again. And here we are, something I wanted so desperately. One more story is set in this Gundam timeline, and here it is. But then I was so hesitant, and then I finally got my hands on it at the beginning of the summer, which is what kind of spurred me to do Summer of Gundam. And it was great. I loved it. I got everything I wanted. I got literally everything I wanted with the final frame of the movie. The final frame gave me everything I'd been yearning for 20 years. I got it. And I am satisfied. But as we said in our lead up to this in the preamble of the show, this is a great movie that's very imperfect.
Yeah. Oh, extremely imperfect.
So
characters that come out of nowhere that you don't really care about, you don't really understand.
There's no history.
Yeah. And some retcons that really make you go like, what?
I noticed one today watching it that the real freedom, the strike freedom, what was with its energy loss? It was losing energy. It got a nuclear reactor. Whoops.
That might be a
I mean,
they also say like it's an older tier model compared to everything else, and it's like,
well, they upgraded it with current day cockpit because he has the full cockpit where you see everything, and he's sitting in the floating chair, and the one for Lacus at the end there. Mm-hmm. But it had an upgrade. But did they take out the nuclear engine? Because Kira was losing energy at the end of that fight before Lacus came in.
I think this goes to like, again, so updated cockpit, but if they didn't update, maybe the new system requires a whole lot more energy than anything else. Like I don't know. There's a lot of
little things.
I have.
It's little things, and I noticed a few little things here and there. But so
what I can say, yeah, I love the animation. I'm not a fan of CGI anything in anime or in.
They didn't do that here.
They did it a little. They did it a little. Right,
you don't notice it
with the Gundam. You don't notice it, but what I really do love, the Gundams feel like they have size.
Oh man,
they had.
You want to talk about the best Gundam action I've ever seen, and I love the action in Seed and Seed Destiny. The action in the third act, even the first act, where Kira gets his ass kicked. Mm-hmm. He got mind fucked. Kira got mind fucked. He was not all there. And that was an inferior model. That Freedom was an inferior model. The third gen Freedom was not. It was not top tier. It was not. The action is perfect, nonstop, and I loved every second of it. And we learned once and for all that Mir, what we see there, Lacus. Oh my! The third act is so much Lacus fan service. There are shots where you don't need to be at the rear of her cockpit, but it's there anyway. And yeah, I'm like
face down, ass up. I love it.
Ass and listen, Gundam will always bring the jiggle. For the first time in, if you want to say this was basically 6 episodes, the first time in 56 episodes, we got Lacus jiggle. Mm-hmm. And I'm there for it, and I love it because it's all right. We're getting ahead of ourselves, and I know I'm Goom fanboying out here. But Lax is one of my favorite waifus. She really is. She's sweet, she's innocent, she's pure, but she's strong-willed, and she was a part of it here. And that's why it's so good. She's evolved through every season, like we talked about, but here she got inserted into the action for the first time in a legitimate way, not a manufactured bullshit way. She's a partner. She's enhancing the freedom at the end there. Oh, I love it.
She helps out Kira. She's the other half of Kira, and the part of the story that I will say, and we'll get to this.
Yeah,
they do pretty much say like Kira needs Lacus, like Lacus needs Kira. They are meant for each other, even though they weren't meant for each other. Which
if you believe the Destiny plan, what I find so interesting about this movie, we see what happens when they try to implement the Destiny plan.
Yeah,
and that's why this needed to be a series. Because let's get to the beginning of it. So we're what 1-2 years later after Destiny?
I think it's about 3 years later, because so this is an animation nitpick that I have. Every woman has the lips.
They gave them
lips to try to show
lips.
that they've all grown up.
Maru always had those lips, and then all the teenage girls now have the adult lips,
which I don't.
It's a little jarring. I
don't like it. I don't like it a lot.
I get used to it as the movie goes on, but when you watch Seed and Destiny for all the years I have, it's a little jarring at first. But I get used to it whenever I watch it. So,
but I think I'd have to say it's probably been a couple years, because I think you do see one of the little Hawk sister. I think you see her you see Mirren for a little bit, and she
grew up.
She grew up.
Yeah,
she grew up.
And see, that's the thing. I want to know more of what Mirren and Athrun were doing during the time off, because clearly Athrun owns an island near Orb, the island where he and Kira almost killed each other. He bought it. It's Atha territory. It says it on the movie, Atha Island, Akatsuki Island. He's got a secret base there, and he and Mirren have been doing shit because she's his co-pilot in certain instances.
And she grew up a lot.
Mirren's like one of my quiet favorites in all of this stuff. She's a quiet favorite.
That makes you wonder, like, how long they probably give a better explanation of it in the movie that I'm just not remembering right now.
They mention it in the beginning after the end of the last war. They do mention it, but they don't give an actual date.
And they have a whole new like peacekeeping unit, which I cannot remember the name of it.
It's called I just fucking watched the movie. Shit. Begins with a C. I've only seen the movie twice, so I haven't committed all the terminology yet. Compass, that's it. Compass.
And they have Compass now, which is like this.
It's a peacekeeping force.
It's a peacekeeping force trying to make sure that, hey, we don't delve back into chaotic war across the entirety of everything. We're working together. You got both. I almost called them naturals working with. I cannot remember the other
coordinators.
You got them all working together.
Kira's the Commodore. He's in charge of the military. Yeah. Lacus is the president.
Yep, and they work very well and close together. They also have a very good relationship with Orb. So like everybody. And the world is like there's still skirmish.
There's conflict because Blue Cosmos has a new leader, Colonel name begins with an M. Who this is where I begin to realize as I'm watching the movie that this was meant to be a series, because this dude is mentioned, but you never see him. And clearly there was some first arc plan where everybody's dealing with this guy before Foundation comes into play with the Accords. So he was supposed to be the first villain of the arc, dealing with the remainder of Blue Cosmos, and he's done some heinous shit that Kira's desperate to get him and stop the stuff that he's causing the conflict on the Eurasian border. So there was the first evidence this was supposed to be the first half of a season, a series. And it kills me because I can see it there. And I want more, and I want the time with the character, because what we have here is during the early parts of this, Kira, as the Compass forces arrive, you got Kira, you got Shin, you got Luna coming in, and you got the other chick whose name I haven't committed to memory yet, who should have a story but isn't given enough time in the movie to have a story. to why
you don't even know
she
why
is.
who she is, what she is.
She's horny and she wants to be loved and she wants to steal people's boyfriends. That's her story.
And magically, she doesn't like anybody, but I don't know. We'll talk more about her because what the fuck.
So they're sent in by from the Millennium, which is the best of both worlds, a combination of the Minerva and the Archangel, and it's a glorious ship. It's beautiful,
Yes,
and I
it's
love it.
Beautiful,
And I love that eventually Maru is the captain of it. It's like, yes, it's so
I do. I like the crew they have on the.
Except Arthur. Arthur, you do not deserve to be on the bridge of any capital ship. You fucking bum.
I like him. He's a goofy.
He didn't do anything in this movie. He was useless as he was on the bridge of Minerva.
I like him, and I like the original captain. I don't remember his name, but he had that kind of laid back.
Oh, here's another thing. We should know way more about that dude than we do.
Yeah,
clearly he has a story, but we don't know it. We don't really know him, and I want to because he seems like a good character.
He's a fan from the little bit that we have. He's a fantastic character. He's very much loyal to Lacus and all of them, and also Maria. He's super loyal to them.
Yeah, he'll go to Maru and be like, "Yeah, I'll follow you." And
I would rather follow you than be in charge here. You're the captain.
You're a wartime captain, and I'm just a peacekeeper. So
yeah, and I want to know more about so many of these characters. Even the professor, like the scientist, the engineering
scientist dude who made the next generation of those Gundams. We know nothing about him. We just know that he's really good at his fucking job.
We know he's good at his job. He has kind of a temper.
He's a dick.
That's it. He might have a justifiable reason for kind of being a dick.
There should be so much more with him. So much more. Yes. So I mean,
the biggest complaint is again
more,
movie, but there's so much missing that I want to sink my teeth and give it to me.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get to it in the second act and we get some reveals, but we have the point now. They're sent in this, and Kira is struggling with the fact that the peacekeeping is going so poorly because he can't seem to give Lacus what she wants, peace, and he keeps remembering his last conversation with Durandal about the Destiny plan, and you have a fantastic arc for Kira that is rushed in this movie.
I'm going to be honest. I was not a fan of Kira's arc.
But that's a problem. You're not a fan because it's rushed. Because he goes from hot to cold so quickly. There's not enough time to cook. His struggle should be stretched out over 20 episodes. And then when Lacus is manipulated into calling for the attack on Kira, he should then have a bunch of episodes when he separated her for a long period of time, struggling and losing himself, and Athrun coming in to bring him back like it does movie. It's just it's a great struggling arc that we haven't seen Kira do like this yet as an adult.
And my biggest complaint with his arc is it doesn't feel like there's a setup. It doesn't feel like
that's a problem.
It feels like Kira magically forgot everything.
He forgot his resoluteness from the end of Destiny. He forgot how confident he was to choose a future where you have freedom. And suddenly he's struggling, wondering, did I not list? Have I missed something? His struggle is too quick, and it's resolved too quickly, because then at the final moments of the movie, he's Kira again. In the third act, he's Kira Yamato again. The one we know.
I'll also say this, like, his relationship with it feels like he's completely forgot what his actual relationship with Lacus or Lacus with everybody, but mainly just because the core of the story is his relationship with Lacus, and it feels like he's completely forgotten what it was supposed to be. They were a team. He was never supposed to be just this person giving her stuff.
Not just
they were always a team together, and it's just magically gone.
He's worked with so many people. Suddenly he wants to do everything by himself and shoulder the burden by himself. When did that happen? When did we get that character development? I'm telling you, this was supposed to be a whole season of television where Kira goes through a different kind of struggle, where suddenly he's decided to shoulder the burden himself, and it's wearing him down and eating away at him. So much so, I mean, we get these snapshots that he and Lacus live together on Aprilius, which I'd love to see more of, but we barely get any of that. And
we see that they try to make time for each other. They try, but it's hard because both she's the president and he's the Commodore or Admiral or whatever.
Commodore.
He's the Commodore, so they're in charge of two branches of Compass that they don't get a lot of time together, but they try their hardest.
Yeah.
And they do love each other. They both show that they still love each other. But
and the thing is, it's not like they're drifting apart. They're just passing each other in the night too many times. It's the relationship is still there, still strong. But Kira is, and here's the problem. Kira isn't also, there's the idea that he's not talking to her enough. He's leaving her out of his inner thoughts, which he didn't used to do. Again, there's a whole season of character arc development that needed to be done carefully, and it's rushed. I love it, but it's rushed.
I really don't like his character arc for the most part because it
why?
feels
Why? Because he becomes a whiny bitch in the middle. He becomes a whiny bitch, which is harkening back to 16-year-old Kira, who was a whiny bitch for a reason because he was being thrown into a war. Here,
my biggest problem with this is it feels like such a massive regression of a character that I don't like it.
It is. No, you're absolutely right. It's a regression without the proper. It's a regression. It looks like a regression because they didn't do the arc properly. They didn't get this was a character arc that needed 30 episodes to run through before you do the final 10 episodes for the conclusion. You needed 30 episodes to have Kira struggling with all this stuff, have him feel like Lacus turned on him when she got convinced to have everybody attack him, and then go through remembering what it was like, and then have her be kidnapped and decide, oh shit, and then have Athrun, who thankfully has his shit together. Finally, we don't have to go through a third Athrun discovering himself arc. Athrun, who has his shit together, who I want to believe fucked around with Mirren for a little while and then went back to Kigali. That's what I want to believe.
Or maybe Kigali likes it.
Maybe Kigali's down with a party. I don't know. Because clearly Athrun is back with Kigali right now when he fucks with that one dude's mental attack by thinking about banging Kigali.
God, that was a beautiful
And then Kigali's like, what? Inappropriate thoughts, you son of a bitch? Because that was a very cool thing where she's remote controlling part of the Justice so that they can counteract his mind manipulation and his mental reading powers. That was really cool.
That was also a funny scene. That was funny.
That was a little comedy. Well, that's because Athrun didn't have Athrun's arc was to bring back Kira to normal in this. That was his arc.
Athrun's arc was quite literally beat up my friend because he's acting like an idiot.
And then be a badass. Then be a complete and total badass and headbutt a guy and slice his mobile suit in half. With a new addition to the Justice, Beam Saber Horn. Boop. I love that.
Gotta love it. Yeah, there's a lot to love in this whole movie, but
the Gundam love. Listen, we're being highly critical for those wondering. You guys love this shit. You love this. You love the particular timeline. Why be so critical? Because they could have done even better than what they did.
Yes, and I agree with what Frank says in the chat. A bag of potential. There's so much potential that they left on the table. They didn't flush out properly, and that's why I'm so critical of it.
Here's the biggest thing. For the first time ever, they mention Lacus's mother, who was a part of the brain group, the brain trust that came up with the Destiny Plan with the Crazy Queen and Durandal. That's a whole massive book of lore that gets glossed over.
All of a sudden, so one of the other aspects of this, we're kind of jumping around a little bit.
We have to. We're not going to go step by step. We have to go. Yeah.
We have to jump around. So throughout all of Seed and Seed Destiny, we learned that, in particular, Kira is a special version of the, why am I wanting to call it Accept again? I know it's not an Accept. Coordinator.
He's
Where
a coordinator
the fuck am I getting
type.
Accept?
I don't know. He's a coordinator new type.
He's a perfect coordinator. He's a very specialized version of a coordinator. And this we learned, no, he's actually a failed version of a different brand of coordinators that they were trying to make.
The Accords.
The Accords. Actually Lacus is an Accord this entire time. So now you have a bunch of these super powerful Accords running around that Lacus was supposed to be a part of that have literal superpowers.
They have they have super new type psychic abilities. They can send thoughts. They can fuck with your brain. And I mean, Kira can only have some. He has some extra perception abilities of a new type. Not all of it. Like he can do a little bit. He can hear some things, sense some things. These motherfuckers fully bore into your brain and make you see shit. Because that's how Kira loses in the beginning of the second act. Because one of the Black Knights Royal Knights fucks with his head. And he sees the Colonel, and he loses all perception, everything, and he gets his ass kicked for the first time. Seriously gets his ass kicked.
Mm-hmm. And these powerful individuals were supposed to be ruled by their king, and Lacus was supposed to be their queen. But Kira comes in, who was a failed model, literally was never supposed to exist, was supposed to basically be destroyed. He screwed up their entire plan by getting to Lacus first and changing Lacus's mind. But that's an entire retcon of an entire story arc.
But I don't want so much a retcon. It's like additional information that required a whole season of maybe Lax's father, Siegel Klein, maybe he took her away from her mother for a reason. I mean, that's a whole story we don't know.
But
and
I would say right now it is a retcon without more information, because she was not this previously, and now magically she is, without any real explanation to this point.
Yeah, and the rings somehow trigger her to almost get whammied by this dude, by the prime minister, who's there. I forget, began with his name is with a D. I don't know his name yet. Only seen the movie twice. I don't have all the names down yet.
I've seen it once, but I have enough memorability of it all, and it's like.
But he what he does is every time their rings touch, it like puts the whammy on her. She goes into a pseudo seed mode. Her eyes go seed without going seed, and she gets, and she, I don't want to say infatuated, but she gets drawn in by him because they were destiny made for each other. They were destiny plan made to work together. So she has some level of attraction to him, but it's not of her own choice. It's because they attempted to program it into her DNA per destiny plan. And then, of course, the queen, who's the mother of these Accords, she was clearly an adult in the past life. Why they don't talk about how did she go from adult to child? Is she?
How does she go from an adult being to a lolly? Quite literally.
Did they transfer her memories? Is she a clone? Is she a successful version of Rao? I mean, because remember, LaFlaga Sr., Moo's dad, was funding the project that was supposed to create the perfect coordinator, which ended up making Kira without using the artificial womb. We learned that in Seed. So Rao was a byproduct of that. So is she the perfect version of Rao cloning somebody with intact memories? We don't know.
No.
And this is why it's that whole section, those who were behind the Destiny plan, Lax's mother, the Queen, and Durandal. There is a giant history lesson and lore that is missing. And that was the biggest, when I first saw this, I realized, oh, there's a whole season of television missing here. That was the biggest sign. This was supposed to be a season of television, and this was the best they could do to get it in there in flashes.
Like they have some good examples of like, hey, character development. Take a look at like the Dom Squad, because they're no longer Squad. They're no longer
those poor dudes. Those dudes get aced. But Ingrid gets her revenge.
Ingrid's apparently a character now who focuses heavily on like their training. Not just protecting Lacus, though, but the training of all of Compass. Because after their first little excursion, they have that little, get together and the thing to show off like their character elements. Yeah. She's obviously also a lesbian, but we won't.
She was perfectly fine with Shin accidentally grabbing a handful.
Oh, that's true. She's very
handsy with Shin.
She's very handsy with
she
everybody.
Pushes her boobs on him a lot.
She's handsy with everybody, because there's a whole line of, hey, this is sexual assault, when she's dealing with the girl who's not really gonna remember her name, and magically ends up deciding that it's a good idea to leave Compass to side with the Black Knights of her own volition for no apparent reason.
She's supposed to obviously have a betrayal arc, and we're supposed to get a story, because the very final scene is a replica of the final moments of Destiny, where Athrun reaches down with the Justice to Shin and Luna, where Luna's reaching down to her after kicking her ass with the Impulse at the end of the movie there. It's clearly, while Shin watches, it's clearly mirroring that moment, but without the same buildup of the relationship of Athrun, Luna, Shin. It's not there. There's no buildup. There's no setup and a very thin payoff.
You do. What I will say, this is something that I also want more development for, but I did like what I was getting. It's Shin with the Hawk sister. I was liking
Luna Maria.
Her with Luna.
Well,
him with Luna. I thought that was a good.
Well, that's their relationship moving forward, and she does because love is the central key theme of this movie. Freedom to love who you want, freedom to be who you want. And when Ingrid, her name is not Ingrid, the other chick who portrays him, I think her name Esmeralda, I think, something like that.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe. I just know
I don't have her name yet.
She's a horny cunt.
She's horny. She is horny. She wants Kira's D. She tried to steal Kira, then she tried to steal Shin just to piss off Luna. Point is, Luna then says, she says, yeah, I love him because I love him despite the fact that he's an annoying idiot. I do love him. And that's the evolution from Destiny, which is fine. I'm fine with it, really. Because, goddamn, I told you the first time I watched this movie made me like Shin. And to me, that's a crime.
I loved Shin in this movie. Dude, and I liked his relationship with Luna. I loved that whole connection there. I wanted a little bit more, just kind of flesh it out just enough. Because I thought
it's a season. It's supposed to be there in a season. Because it's right there. Because Shin is a better. This is. You have to remember, I have 23 years of hating Shin under my belt because of his behavior. Because when you end Destiny, it's not enough for me to like Shin because you see he's given the opportunity to become better than what he was. The movie, he's better than what he was. He wants to be a team player. He's not being a maverick anymore. He wants to earn Kira's respect because he recognizes that Kira is everything he wants to be as a person. And he wants to protect Luna still.
He's trying his hardest. He's not shaping up, and that's because he's in the Justice.
He's in the Justice, which wasn't made for him. And that's one of the badass things about the third act is when he's put back in the mobile suit that was literally built for his fighting style and his personality and how he behaves on a battlefield. Dude, Well, Kira could beat him, but he aces 4 of the Royal Knights.
Barely anybody could handle by themselves prior. Even Kira, even though Kira was mind fucked,
and in a subpar version of the Freedom.
Yeah, people were struggling. He's in an elite version of the Justice, but the Justice was never designed for him.
Yeah, it was designed for Athrun.
Handle any of them at all. He can barely handle just a regular battlefield. Once he gets into Destiny, though, nothing holds him back.
Because it was specifically made for his fighting style with the way he moves. I mean, there's a reason the positron cannon is on his hip and he can extend it and grab it because that's the way he would move. It's the reason he has the pulse blast on his gauntlet, on his hand, because he can get up close. There's a reason it's a beam saber sword than just a beam saber because it's designed to be both a beam saber, but also that he was trained in heavy sword combat so that he can slice through shit. In that Destiny, and it was a modified Destiny too. It's a modified Destiny, not the original version. It was a modified version, and also then with the illusionary tactics that the energy wings provide, so that you can't track him. He just annihilates those guys because that's his Gundam. That's his Gundam made for him, and it was great. And he says in the line, now that the Justice was holding me back, now I'm in the Destiny. I'm not going to let you guys get in my way again. And it was great.
I also loved when they're trying to mind fuck him. They're doing their best, and you have the return of what's her name? Fuck, I can't remember. Her name.
Stella.
Yeah, Stella come back and just go berserk.
Stella, that I cringed at that. That's one of my cringe moments. In the movie.
Loved it.
The fact that ethereal, spectral Stella, a part of her is just hiding out in the darkest recesses of his mind, and that's his darkness. And it comes out, and it just brain fucks all of them. Like it's like, hey, and they're like, oh my god, this guy's insane.
I love that moment because it's like
what I do love about that is that what I love though. Shin's evolved seed mode. It's no longer Berserker, and if you pay attention, you understand he's not Berserker seed mode anymore. It's empty seed mode because they said they're trying to fight him, and when he's in seed mode, his mind is completely blank. I caught that this time. His mind is blank. They can't read his thoughts. That is a major character evolution that needed a whole season.
Yeah.
I keep coming back to that. That is great character work for Shin, where he evolved his Berserker seed mode to blank mind seed mode, where he's not even thinking, he's just acting. And he's not controlled by the rage beast anymore. This is great stuff that needed a season.
How much of Rao did we get?
A flash in this. We got a flash. And it was a reused animation flash. That's it.
Because I know Rao's there at the final battle.
No, Rao? No, Rao? You mean Mu?
Mu, that's what I meant. Wow.
Wait, I was like, what are you talking? No, Mu is there.
Mu.
Mu is there the whole time. He's just basically he's part of the Archangel crew. He doesn't have the Akatsuki. I think he's in a Murasame. I think he's in a Murasame because he gets his ass kicked by the world. Well, he gets his ass kicked by the World Knights.
Yeah.
In the beginning of Act 2, end of Act 1, and he rescues Maru before the nukes get her. So he's there.
We have to say goodbye to the Archangel.
I was saluting today when I watched it. I had to salute. It still hurt watching the Archangel.
Even a guy like me who doesn't like the Archangel, that was kind of
that's brutal. That Archangel survived so much.
Yeah, that was
finally get destroyed like that. But the Millennium is a worthy successor. Dude, the Millennium has its bow could ram another ship.
I love the Millennium. I love the Millennium so much. It is the best of both worlds, like you said.
Mu, he was there kind of just as we're just gonna make sure Mu is there and still do awesome Mu shit. I mean, he's still Mu. He's Mu the fucking Flogger, baby.
Was it Mu that stopped Shin from getting involved with Kira and
No, it was Ingrid. It was Ingrid.
It was Ingrid that stopped that fight because
stopped. Yeah,
because I know somebody stopped Shin.
She pushed her boobs on him again during that.
Because I know Shin wanted to get involved when Athrun was beating up Kira,
and she says that this is a sign of a friendship. This is what you friends do: beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, because Kira needed it, and I couldn't remember if that was.
But Shin did get involved, and by just reflex, both Kira and Athrun laid him out. Yeah, it was funny. But yeah, no, Mu was there. And of course, Mu gets basically a classic, awesome Mu the Flogger bitches, where he stealths in the Akatsuki over Requiem. Oh, yeah, and he throws it off, and he had. But Requiem was here. The only reason I forgive it because we see Requiem actually used this time to horrific. It annihilates Moscow. It just wipes it off the map. I rolled my eyes too originally, but watching it again, I realized no, we needed to actually see Requiem be used this time. We saw it sort of used before. Yeah, but it's slicing through a plant is different than watching it turn Moscow into a crater.
My issue with the return of Requiem is I thought we destroyed this and got rid of it, and
Foundation rebuilt it is what they did. They rebuilt it.
I just don't. I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan either, but I forgive it because of what we see it do, and also because our heroes actually use it against them to get the Millennium into space.
That's true.
When they fire the Tannhauser to create to rocket themselves into space. I forget the term. Point is, Mu then shows up in the Akatsuki and with a big ass gun and fucks up the Requiem and the reflector dish they had cloaked over it. And then of course he blocks the Requiem beam because the Akatsuki is designed to reflect that kind of attack. And he says, "Man, it's tiring making the impossible impossible." It's like, yes. He's Mulaflaga, bitches. I love him.
He is. Like there's a lot to love in this movie. It's
Mu just gets to be Mu, and that's all I need. He just gets to be Mu,
and also he gets a wonderful.
Dude, she
kid.
straddles him in a full hug for right there at the end. It's like, yeah. Hey, listen, Mu wins at life. Mu wins at life. You got Maru Ramius, who's all that and a bag of chips.
Yeah. 100%.
So it's so our problems are the fact that, to quote Frank again in the chat, this had a back potential that wasn't so much wasted, but just not engaged. Because that final act, the third act, the battle in space, that's some of the best Gundam action I've ever seen, man. No reused animation, no nothing. I mean, Kira fighting a desperate 2-on-1 battle against two guys who are physically, mentally stronger than him. They're designed to be, and he's struggling because 1-on-1 he's fine, but he's struggling against 2-on-1, and the Freedom's getting all hacked to pieces. So Athrun shows up, and then does his thing, and then Lacus.
Oh, I love Athrun showing up in the. I don't remember what model. It's a Zaku-esque model. I can never remember.
It's a shell over the Justice, is what it is.
Yes,
it's just a big. I love it when it shows up and he takes the hit for Kira, and then it falls apart. You see the green eyes, like, oh, it's the Justice. Here it comes, the real Justice.
Just pops the fuck out. I've been here the whole time, bastards.
Yep.
It is such a, like, even the story-wise, with all the issues I have, even with, like, what's going on with the Dark Knights or Black Knights or whatever you want to call it, like, the combination of that with Lacus and Lacus or whatever you want to call her, there is a good story there. There's even, like, a good element of you're trying to force Lacus to love you because she was designed for that, but you can't do it because of Kira. And there's some hard-to-watch scenes in the sense that she's taking an actual beating. Like, she gets abused.
Yeah, Lacus she almost gets raped.
Yeah. And there's also a nice little, like, even with the Black Knights, there's a nice little scene.
There are stories there. There are stories there.
Does love the king, like, legitimately has feelings for him. But because of how they're designed, she's not allowed to pursue him. And also at the same time, I don't think that's a good idea to love him.
No, that
he's kind of a dick.
He's evil. He's
I'm gonna say this, but because it actually fits this person, he's an actual incel. Like he only wants Lacus.
No, he doesn't.
He's
deserve
a jackass.
That. He doesn't deserve that right there.
Not.
He does not deserve that. And
you can see the ass.
Yeah. And he also he doesn't deserve it. I mean, listen, this right here, that belongs to Kira. That belongs to Kira. This is just outstanding fan service right there.
It was perfect.
And remember, we got 2 seasons of barely any Lacus fan service. Barely. And in the final moments of this movie, we get glorious that is a woman.
This is the first time. Again, I hate kind of the symbology of this because it feels like a regression. But at the same time, I love it because the other side of it is Kira and Lacus fully working as a team versus one of them trying to shoulder the burden for the other one. They are actually joint together. That's the good symbology of it all.
They're protecting each other instead of one protecting the other. Because the final version of the Freedom, where Kira's dual wielding with a full-on katana and a beam saber, they've got this psycho energy thing they're doing to break apart all shit. It's fantastic. It's great, and I loved every second of it. It's just glorious. And
Kira becomes a literal god with Lacus.
With together, they have to work together. They have to work together to do it. It is not a solo act. They are clearly united, and it's glorious. And like I said, in the end, I got exactly what I wanted for 20 plus years.
They're on the beach. Butt-ass naked on the beach.
Threw off those. They are running naked on the beach. They're about to go swimming. But this is the hopeless romantic in me. Everybody else in this series got to make out multiple times for years, seasons. All Lacus and Kira did get to do was hug. And then we get that kiss with Lacus's monologue going over her last monologue about being together, being with people, being you, all that kind of stuff. and it's glorious. And I screen capped it. It's been I normally rotate my desktop background every month to some different anime from my host of images I have. Since we've been doing Summer of Gundam, and since I watched Freedom, I have had their Finally a Kiss been my background since June. So since May.
I love the ending because of what you're saying. Like, it shows everybody kind of being with who they're meant to be. You have Maru. Mira with Mu. You have Shin with Luna. You have you don't see them together, but you have Athrun and Kigali sort of together, and their own little way.
He comes back down from space to rejoin her, and he holds up the stone that she gave him, and she holds up the ring. Mm-hmm. They still have that. They're obviously together.
Yeah, they obviously love each other dearly.
And then I want to think that Mirren comes in for a little.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. And then you get Kigali with you get Lacus finally kissing Kira, and it's a touching moment. Like,
it's romantic. And it's symbolic. They've shed everything. Their flight suits on the ground is showing them shedding everything and being there for each other. Because also, they actually say the words in this, "I love you," multiple times in this. So you get the saying, you get the words. So there's closure I've needed personally for a long time. And the movie gives me that. The third act saves the movie for me because I see them pull off what they would have if it had been a full season. That shows me you pull off such a tight third act, which would have been 2 episodes, the final 2 episodes of the season. They nail everything. So give me the whole season.
Yes, please. Because I don't disagree with you. That third act is what saves everything about this.
Yeah.
And there's so much there. Yeah. There's so much character work. The ability to work.
The script is so good in the third act. The delivery.
Music.
And, the music, the classic music. And what I love in this one is they take Lacus's theme and they weave it into everything. Mm-hmm. And it's done so well. I love it. And I really do hope that some point in the future, Bandai Namco, who own Gundam, they'll decide, as they watch all their other Gundam shows kind of flail at the moment. This was a success, I believe, in the theater. It was. I don't
know how well it was. It's obviously received
it was received well.
People, This is also like we haven't really tackled this throughout our Summer of Gundam. You compare Seed or anything like that to what has recently come out with Witch of Mercury and whatever the fucking other thing is, which apparently which is weird. You compare anything that you've had to this, it's like they're night and day comparisons. Those just weren't working. Nobody really cares about them. Yeah, you got your gays that like Witch of Mercury.
They don't count. They're not real fans.
Derogatory way possible because
they're fucking tourists.
Yes, you made it for them. Nobody else really likes Witch of Mercury. You take a look at your new one. I hear people enjoy it a bit, but they're not.
It's not Gundam.
Ravenous for it.
It's Gundam plus people who worked on Eva.
Yeah. So like people aren't like, hey, we really want more of this. Nobody's out there saying that. They're like, it's okay.
Yeah.
But what people do want is stuff like Seed. I'm telling you right now, I know that they're working on bringing it out and dubbing it and bringing it to America. People are going to like the sequel series to Iron Blood Orphan because it's a really good, hopeful story. It's a little dark still, but it is a still hopeful story because you see the main character. But that's still old.
That's from a while ago.
That's from a while ago.
It's not
you're
new.
Right. But then you're right. It's not new. But there's people that do want that style of storytelling. They still want.
We want the real Gundam style of story. We want the actual Gundam storytelling. We don't want this half-assed bullshit.
But that's also why they're looking and working on the sequel series for Iron Blood Orphan, being like, okay, well, let's see what the reception is here, and I think it's going to be positive, just like this.
I hope so for people that want that for the sake of the franchise.
Yeah,
and then somewhere somebody with a brain over at Bandai in Japan says, hey, you know what? Let's take, because listen, UFO Table, in my opinion, and also who does Who does Dragon Ball? Who owns Dragon Ball?
Dragon Ball Toei.
Toy. Okay. Toy and You Over Table have already shown, hey, listen, if you showed a movie, you could turn it into a season of television too. Now, we are a few years removed from Freedom being released. It was 23, I believe it came out. But somebody at Bandai just make the season Gundam Seed Freedom. Make it.
You'll get praise. You'll
get merch. We'll get all those Gundams released. I mean, you'll get music.
People want this.
You have an opportunity to make new Lacus songs that you didn't get a chance to put in the movie.
And then one of the things that I really hope that they would learn from this is if you want to do, you can still do classic Gundam stories, twist it up a little bit. But you could, there's still a massive audience for this, not your Witcher Mercury crowd. If you want to do the crazy weird stuff, you have source material for the crazy weird stuff. You can tackle Master. This is going much further out there, but if you want to do crazy weird stuff, go back to G Gundam. There is a prequel for Master Asia, and there's 2 sequels. You could tackle hands down, have fun time animating that, bring back the really weird wackiness of that that people also do love. If you want to do classic storytelling and some of the more classic style of Gundam, there's plenty of areas to work around that. Hell, I know the movie didn't work. Go forward with more of I can't remember, Hathaway. Go forward with the other 2 movies for Hathaway. I know it flopped because Hathaway is an unlikable character, but at least see what's going on there. Tackle it. Do it.
They need to get back to basics. Give your core fan base some red meat. That's what you need to. We'll use Demon Slayer as an example again. If you give your core fan base what they want, they will push the franchise forward. They'll make it a success. I
didn't hate the Zaku movie that they put out on Netflix. I didn't hate it. There's some big issues with it, but I didn't despise it. It wasn't a movie, it was a series. I didn't hate it. You could still do that stuff. There's still an appetite for it. You just cater to your audience, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, remember who your audience is. Remember.
It's not the LGBTQ crowd. It's not them.
The fucking tourists.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean
that's the biggest part of like the Zaku show that they put out. There's so much good character development there, but there's one character that I'm gonna say it might just be an animation thing, but I'm gonna say it. There's a character with a trans flag on her fucking outfit, and she's the most unlikable, obnoxious cunt character that you didn't want to give an actual story element for and just make her an unlikable bitch. You had the chance to do it, and you chose not to, and nobody likes that character.
Listen, right now, I have plans. Again, we go back to when I have a better studio, a better background, more room to put things. There will be multiple freedoms, including, the final form in this movie. I mean, it's glorious. It's glorious. It's shining. It's bright. It's beautiful. He's dual wielding with a katana there.
It is beautiful. And you can get the freedom, and then you can buy the attachment parts separately, and you can attach them or not attach them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
I want to attach.
I want to attach them. I mean, I want posters. I want all kinds of stuff. I got posters I'm going to frame. They've been sitting in a closet for 3 years because I don't want to frame them and put them on. I don't want to move them in frames. I'll just leave them in the tubes until I get someplace again. But I would show off my Gundam love. But it's the Gundam I love, not the new shit like you're talking about. It's what I connect to.
You know what I would like to put in my office, Adam?
What?
I'd like to put in my office a full, beautiful poster of Rox Tizabek or Davy D.
What? Okay. That, I feel like that came out. Okay, it's One Piece time. That came out of nowhere. That line drop of "I'm the family of Davy D. Jones." Who? Who? What?
So they've mentioned Davy Jones a whole lot in the series, and you know that Rox is a follower of Davy Jones because he likes the Davy back fights. The Davy back fights are from Davy Jones, and now you find out that he's a part of Davy Jones' lineage.
And apparently that's a lineage that scares the shit out of Celestials.
I have a theory on it. And now my old theory kind of fell through, and a lot of people's
A
theory.
couple of your theories have fallen through with this past month.
The D does not stand for Davy, but one theory is still possible that Davy D. Jones is actually Joy Boy.
I don't know about that.
It would make sense.
I thought about that, but I thought,
why would the Celestials hate the Davy clan so much?
But then that doesn't explain how the D magically moves from people to people, because that means not everybody with a D is Davy clan.
Well, so there's still a theory of what we still don't know what the D stands. We don't know what the will of D
are
means.
years away from knowing what will of D is. We are years away.
Hell, when the will of D was first even brought up was back at Drum Island.
All I know is that I read these chapters for today. And
I need to finish the latest chapter. I had to get a Cliff Notes version of it.
Oh, I read it before I finished. It was only 3 chapters for this month, so I burned through them this morning because I wanted to be fresh. So no, all right. So essentially, as we reach the end there, first you learn that what's his name? Shanks and Clover's dad. He's a son of a bitch.
He's awful. He's a pure evil being. There's no redeeming quality.
He murdered his baby mama because he thought he's going to win Shaggy.
Yeah,
in the hunt. Oh, but then what you miss by not reading it is the glorious moment Shaggy is saved.
Well, when I say I got the Cliff Notes, I got like YouTubers that covered it. I watched them, so I know the moment.
It's glorious. I mean, first of all, that's shit is going. This week's chapter, so much shit goes down. All the pirates are converging. Then, as we know, Garp shows up, and Big Mom, then just Linlin, fires a full blast Zeus and Prometheus attack at him, and Garp's like,
"Yeah, no, fuck that.
What are you doing? What are you doing?" He just stands. He's grinning. He's like, "Is that it? I'm not even crisp."
So I've seen the panel again. I haven't read it.
It's a glorious panel.
It's a glorious panel, and it kind of looks like when Luffy, like you're seeing some of Luffy's heritage right here as well, and you're seeing like, hey, there you can see the aspects of Luffy.
Yeah,
where he got it from.
You realize in that moment, even though he's a vice admiral, you realize the monster that Garp was in his prime.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's a monster. And he's like, "Oh, y'all get out of my way. I'm looking for Roger." He don't give a fuck what he's like. I'm protecting my men, but you like you, Linlin, you you get out of my way.
Whitebeard, Shiki, all of you fight.
Whitebeard's actually fighting Roger during this moment. He's fighting Roger.
It was
Kaido.
It was Linlin,
Kaido, Shiki, and Shiki. Yeah, he's like, "Y'all get out of my way. I'm looking for Roger." Meanwhile, Roger's going toe to toe with Prime Whitebeard.
Not Prime. Not Prime.
You know what I mean? He doesn't have the Quake fruit yet. He doesn't have the. You know what I mean?
No,
though?
He does.
He does
have the Quake fruit. Yeah, he does have the Quake.
Oh, you're right. He does. You're right.
The way you can tell that they're not Prime, and again, I saw this through the YouTubers. Okay. Their swords are touching. So like Roger's sword is touching Whitebeard's halberd thing. And the sign that they're not Prime is when they fought during Odin's flashback, their blades didn't touch because they had extreme Conqueror's hockey at that time.
Oh, okay.
So because their blades are touching, they're still not Prime.
Let me rephrase that. Young.
Yes, I'll go young as
that. I'm thinking more when I'm saying Prime. I'm thinking more young and virile and not injured at all. They haven't suffered injuries yet. They've got
that's fair.
That's what's my definition in my mind. That's what I was thinking. Prime might have been the wrong word. Different. This is them in their prime of the youth. What you're describing is their peak of power.
Yes.
That's their peak.
That works. This is when they're in their youth versus their peak.
Yeah.
So and it is so good to see Garp actually being, because you saw him like fuck shit up at Hachinosu. Mm-hmm. You're seeing just how powerful he truly was and why he's known as the hero.
Yeah.
Why he is so strong.
Yeah, they're going. People saying, "Oh fuck, it's Garp. Let's not do this." But Linlin, Shiki, and Kaido are like, "Oh, we're getting your way, old man." He's like, "What? No."
Yeah,
y'all small. You're all the small fish.
Fuck. I also love, because I think we haven't talked about it since they did it. So Shiki was obviously the treasure of Hachinosu. The other thing is though, Shaki, not Shiki.
Yeah.
Shaki. The other thing is they expanded upon how many treasures were at Hachinosu.
Yeah, a lot. Plus
There's a
devil
lot.
fruits. Plus devil fruits. That's where Kaido gets his devil fruit.
Yeah, he gets it from Linlin. Which I love that change in particular is Kaido and Linlin's relationship.
Yeah.
It went from, hey, they're a dysfunctional crew to actually Kaido and Linlin are like brother and sister. Linlin is Kaido's kind of like bigger sister.
And that's where she also got a bunch of the devil fruit she gave to her kids.
Yes.
She mentions it's like, I'm going to give some of these to my kids when I get them. I mean, God. Yeah, this is how you do prequel material. These historical moments which gives us the information we need. We know the fate of all these people right now. We know it. But we're getting a moment to watch them in there when they were just going strong, making history.
I'm going to be honest right now. Rox went from being the world's worst villain, this monster that had to be wiped from all of history.
Freaking Oda, dude.
To I'm
so
probably
bad.
gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. He's a good father. He's a great man. Yeah, he's kind of a jackass, but goddamn, I think I'm gonna.
He's
cry.
not a villain. He's not a Oda. When we originally introduced the Rocks pirates, we didn't get anything of Rocks. We just got told about his crew, and his crew are Luffy's antagonists: Kaido, Big Mom, Shiki.
Whitebeard, but he's
Whitebeard.
Not really
no, Whitebeard didn't count. No, Whitebeard was just like that's the sign of how powerful his crew was that he had Whitebeard as a subordinate, and then a whole bunch of people. So we were introduced to the idea of the Rocks pirates when we know how bad his crew becomes. Not counting Whitebeard. Whitebeard was
he had all the current day Yonko
the worst of the worst
on his
the worst crew. Of the worst. Criminals, horrible people who treat people like garbage, who are mass murderers, and who are tyrants. Kaido and Big Mom were tyrants. And it's like, oh man, Rocks can't be a good dude. No, Rocks is a good dude.
And you're also looking at Kaido and Big...
Check.
Yeah. You're looking at Kaido and Big Mom now like, I kind of like you guys. You're tyrants. You're awful people. But I kind of like you guys, and I'm not
kind of like it. Like, if I say like, yes, I'd like to fuck Charlotte, but I mean,
I enjoy them.
That's the same level. I want to fuck every Oda design of a woman because they're beautiful.
You enjoy them more. You're seeing.
That's the way I put it. I enjoy watching them in their early stages as their characters going. This is how you do this stuff, though. You make it fun and you give us this historical moment. God Valley. This is originally, it was when we got that snippet during Kuma's backstory. It was all we heard was Garp or Rocks. Roger, what are you doing here? Get out of my way, Rocks. And then Garp. And we learned that on God Valley. Remember the original history before Oda gets deeper in it. Rocks was stopped on God Valley when Roger and Garp came together to stop him. That's not how that's working out right now.
I think they'll still have to team up to stop him. But
here's what I think. I think that we're getting the real history. That was the sanitized history. We're going to get what
you're right. You might be right there. Because
something else is still going to go on here, man.
It doesn't make sense that Roger, who, by all accounts, when you look at Roger and Rox's relationship, it is more akin to,
frenemy.
I would say, frenemy. I'd say it's kind of like Kid and Luffy's relationship, where
maybe
they're not friends, but at the same time they have some level of respect for each other.
We want to fight each other, but we don't necessarily want to kill each other.
Yes,
we're not, because Rocks, as we saw, he's not raping and pillaging. Mm-hmm. He's going after the world government. He's going after the Celestials, all those guys. He's not hurting people, which is the version we got earlier in the franchise. So that's what I'm saying. I think the whole Garp and Rocks was so bad and so strong that it took Garp, the hero, and the future king of the pirates to come together to stop him. That's the sanitized version. We're going to get what really goes down here now, because right now at the end of this, the Roger crew, the Roger pirates, have got Shiki because Rayleigh comes to get his woman. He comes to get his woman.
Which there's been some good character arc.
Oh.
This got pointed out to me. There's a great character arc where Silver is not really like the lovey-dovey kind of guy. He's just not. He's not. But he does truly love Shaki.
Yeah,
he loves her to death. So when you get him coming in there and goes like, "Sorry, I'm late," that's actually
when she breaks. If you look at that panel when she breaks down and says, "I was so scared," she had been held captive for 2 years.
Was it 2 years?
It was 2 years. She had been held captive for 2 years at the start of the chapters here. They say
I did not
for
realize
2 years.
That was 2 years.
It between her abduction and God Valley was 2 years.
That fucking hurts.
She was kept isolated, untouched because Shanks's dad, who I can't remember his name right now, Garling, because everybody thought he's gonna win, and she needs to be kept nice and clean and perfect for him. So she hasn't been touched. She's been kept pristine, no touching, no abuse, no nothing. But she's been held prisoner like this, knowing that she's no escape. And then here at the very end is chaos. And Roger, while he's fighting with Whitebeard, he can't disengage. That's it. They're all trying to save Shaki, but we're still gonna fight each other. That's the chaos of what's going on there, because they're all doing the.
Rayleigh is going in there to get his girl, and he cuts down Summers, rightfully
who just beat the shit out of her with a club too. He broke the rule. Don't touch her. He beat her because she had taken out all her guards. And he comes in there and he beats her with the spiked club, and he's about to hurt her and he's about to kill her. And then Roger says, "Go, you handle this. I can't disengage." And you just see Rayleigh's outline as he leaps in there and just goes in and just hero moment. Hero fucking moment. And then she just collapses into his arms. "I'm so glad you're here. I was so scared." That's how you do us. You can still do strong woman, but then this still show that she's so happy her man is there.
Yes.
And
she's
it's
happy
great.
that because they have the perfect relation. They have a perfect relationship in the future where she knows that Silver's gonna go do Silver stuff, but he always comes back to his main girl, Shaki, who they love each other relentlessly, and it's so beautiful to see something like that. All at the same time, I have a theory on why Garp and Rox might have to team up, and this is not my theory originally.
Right.
Some people pointed out Gunko is on the island, and everybody's calling her like a very special name. And you already saw Gunko with Emu when Rox went in there.
She's a different saint in this one. She's got a different name at this point.
Yeah. The theory is that
they mentioned her family in this one. They mentioned her family.
The man mayor family, which has been properly put into the actual like story itself. Because it's a retcon, but it's not a retcon. It's a weird thing.
It's an Oda. We'll just call it an Oda.
It's an Oda. He
shifted gears. And he just
there's thoughts that he shifted gears or he just forgot to put it in. Like there's questions on that one.
Yeah.
But anyways,
we'll cut him some slack.
The theory is that Emu's gonna show up and he's gonna Dami reverse Rox. So that's why Garp and Roger will have to team up to take down. Which
it's a theory.
It makes sense. I'm probably gonna cry because I'm feeling shit right now. I'm feeling shit for Blackbeard, which I hate. I'm feeling shit.
Well, you see Baby Teach just sitting there, not knowing what's going on. It's like, well,
he's gonna see his whole family get killed in front of him.
Yeah, but
and his mom was hot.
Here's the thing, though. I do not think Oda's gonna make Teach a sympathetic villain. I don't.
I agree.
He's done
because
you can't make the man who killed Ace sympathetic, or who led to the death of Ace sympathetic.
I think he's gonna turn him into a character where you see where he's coming from, but you don't like him. He's not sympathetic at all because he's the complete opposite of his father.
Yeah,
his father is a good man, an actual good father who's out there trying to save his son and his wife right now. Mm-hmm. And Teach is the exact opposite. Although I'm also kind of happy that
maybe not his wife, just his baby mama, because remember he also wants Shaki too. They all want Shaki.
He says in this, like I saw, he said he wants. Yeah, he is his wife. She is his wife.
Did he say wife? Did he say wife?
I don't know if he said wife, but he says that I'm here to save. I can't remember her name. My family. Name. Yeah, his family. He said her name as well, which I can't remember what her name was. It's a Greek god of chaos. I remember that much. So like he's there to save her and his son because he does love his family.
Yeah.
Which is,
but he's been throwing himself at Shaggy too. They all have.
Well, he is a pirate. They all have. They all like Shaggy. It's Shaggy for crying out loud. The other thing that I've been liking is seeing Dragon become Dragon, and you now know why
that was the biggest surprise to me. That I told you before at the beginning of the show. We see this dude protesting the horrible things to be done to the people of God Valley, and he's trying his best to mitigate it. And I'm thinking that has to be somebody, but I can't recognize him. And then it says, Monkey D. Dragon, future leader of Evolution. I'm like, how many years are we saying we don't know anything about Dragon? This is all we need to know at the moment.
You are seeing why he is the way he is,
why he hates the world government, why he hates the Celestials,
why he hates the world government, why he hates the Celestials. He's seriously tied to both Shanks and Shamrock.
Yeah.
He's tied to both of them, which I feel sorry he couldn't save Shamrock. You're seeing also why he never tells anybody about his family.
It probably explains how now Shanks gets to the Roger Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
Because at one point he says, "Dad, you're here," and Garth doesn't even pay attention to him.
Yeah.
Well.
Dad's here. Oh shit! But what I love is if you look at this what we're seeing right now. Rox tried to keep his family a secret to the best of his ability. He tried his hardest because he knew that they would come after them. Mm-hmm. You're now seeing why Dragon doesn't talk about his family at all.
Yeah.
Doesn't talk about his son.
You see that Dragon finds his new family because he comes upon Eva and Kuma and all the future members of and he's about to save them. That's how they get off because Dragon was there.
Dragon's the true hero here. And it's so good to see that. I love my biggest part about God Valley I'm loving is just finally seeing Dragon.
That's the biggest surprise to me, and it's a welcome surprise. I am so glad. I was not ready for a Dragon backstory, and here it is, beautifully woven into this intense, legendary moment, this pivotal moment in One Piece history.
I'm loving every second of this whole entire story, and I know I'm going to cry.
I was right 2 months ago when I said we're going to get in God Valley, and here it is.
I wasn't going to believe that. I was going to think that he would save it for... Because again, this is supposed to be how Harold dies. This is all about Harold now.
Started,
but no, it's God Valley.
But Harold still showed up in this month's chapters.
That's true.
Him. But I thought he and Rox hadn't seen each other since their last encounter. They saw each other in the ocean on the way there because Harold stopped him, tried to stop him from getting to God Valley.
So now it kind of changes what that day was that they were talking about. They were talking about God Valley.
Yes.
So
yes. Because he tells Harold, "I'm a Davy."
Yeah.
I'm a Jones.
I want to know more. I want to know so much more.
So it's still all connected, but Oda, you mad motherfucking genius, giving us God Valley when it started down Loki's backstory. It was Loki's backstory, and now we're at God Valley.
Yeah.
We started this 3 months ago in Loki's backstory.
And we still don't know what fruit Loki ate. We still don't know what happens there. I'm Oh,
and I bet Dragon grabbed whatever fruit he has. He grabbed it there today too. Mm-hmm. He must have, because what he has, whatever Thunderman, Stormman, whatever it is. I still say it's Storm. I still think
it's a Storm Dragon fruit.
Storm fruit, yeah. Something like that. I bet he grabbed it. I bet we're gonna see him grab the fruit. Good.
I'm willing to bet he's gonna grab that fruit. He's gonna help save some people again. And I think he's going to be one of the last things we see of God Valley, like him drifting off.
Him taking those kids. And
he's at least going to end up putting Shanks in a chest in place of something else, gets that chest to Garp. Somehow that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. But I think we're also going to see him like floating off and changing his entire worldview.
Oh, he's changed already. He says his whole thing is, I have to atone for what I helped set up here. This is a monstrous event, and I helped make it happen. At least if I could just save this one child. But now he's going to save multiple people. And so I don't want to hear anybody ever say One Piece is shallow. One Piece is just another more shonen slop. No. This is this is a masterpiece right now.
This is a masterpiece. There's so many emotions. There's so many character development. There's still goofy Oda-esque moments going on there, like with Roger getting trampled by his crew, or Shiki being left behind by a bunch of the Whitebeard guys. But at the same time, you get like you feel emotions. You feel anger for Caribou's dad, whose name is escaping me, who takes over Hachinosu because he's the reason Shaki got captured. He gave up Shaki, and now you're like, fuck, I'm happy Teach beat the shit out of him, potentially killed him.
Oda is great. If you want to enjoy One Piece, you read the manga, you watch the anime. That's what you do. Because it's here, it's now, it's great, and I can't wait till we come back next month. And I mean, they took a break this month, so we only had 3 chapters. Hopefully, we'll get 4 chapters for October.
And there's a chapter coming out next week.
Yeah, so I'm hoping we get. I mean, by the time we come back to talk about it next month, we could get some serious stuff to talk about. Somebody might be dead. Somebody might be dead.
I might be sad because I do really love Rocks. I've been enjoying Rocks so much. I want him to be a hero, but I know there's another beautiful aspect of like the connection between him and Harold. Is the last couple of lines that he said is, I know my lucks ran up and now I'm at the whims of fate, which is a D-clan thing. Like, hey, your time comes up when fate takes over. Your lucks run out and now fate's here, and you know he's gonna die. And
let's everybody remember, Luffy's still our main character.
I know Luffy's our main character, and now I'm like, I like Rocks.
Listen, no, this is Oda is he's a master storyteller. He has woven this beautifully. He has us on the edge of our seats. We want to see what happens here. We want to know. This is also why it's good to get this type of history lesson flashback, because you get the truth. And because one thing about One Piece is we keep understanding there have been so many lies told about this world throughout its history. And here in these final moments, as we are in these final arcs here, we're getting the truth of everything.
We're getting a lot of the truth. And Oda has said this. This is a specific line from Oda, because we still have a lot of history to tackle. All of the Void Century. Oda said, like, the creation of the world government, you're going to be sitting there questioning who's really the villain. And you see what's going on God Valley. You see what's happening in other areas. And it's like, it's hard to view the world government potentially being good.
Yeah, because look, the Celestials are monsters.
Yes,
they're monsters. So it's I love One Piece. I'm glad we've added this segment to the show every month, because it gives us a chance to talk about it. Keep up. It's making me keep up with it too. It doesn't let me lag behind, which I have a tendency to do when when an arc slows down. I have a tendency to do it, but like, I'm glad I'm into it now because it's just God Valley.
And I prefer to watch the anime dubbed. And last I checked, like, they've taken a while to finish up even Kuma's backstory. I know in the anime they just showed off the Gorosei coming in. So like the full creation and all their demon signs and everything like that, they just showed that off recently. So I would like to get back to watching the anime properly, but because it's not dubbed.
Yeah, I mean, I watch the anime so infrequently because I did a rewatch, most of a rewatch. I stopped at Whole Cake just before Whole Cake earlier this year. But I have a hard time going back and watching what's already happened when the new stuff is happening in the manga. Because I keep thinking about, I want to know what's going on now. I already know what happened. I want to go now. And especially with Revelations. So I love it. And it's exciting. It's fun to look forward to something.
It is fun to look forward to stuff right now. I've also been, I do want to say this. Yeah, the latest episode, the dubbed episodes haven't released for Crunchyroll. I have been rewatching One Piece, doing a rewatch, and I took a little bit of a break to watch Shangri-La, Frontier. Fucking hell, I slept on that.
I still don't want to watch that. I don't care what anybody says. I want to watch it.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'll remember that.
Yeah, I know you. Yeah. Good luck with that one. Well, I think a good place to leave off on the One Piece, because we are I'm gonna just have to wait because we talked about it. We just went through the story, a little bit of revelations here and there, and there's nothing more to say about it.
There's nothing more to say right now because it's still all just unfolding.
Yeah.
You're constantly thinking, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? And you know how it is supposed to end. That doesn't mean that's how it's going to.
That doesn't know why did it end that way. Mm-hmm. That's the question, the why. So that, no question, we are at the end of the show.
Yes.
I got nothing else. I don't remember where we left off on whose choice it was to try.
I think it was your choice, and then you scrapped your choice for Summer of Gundam.
So that means it's your choice. That means it's your turn to select something then. Even though you signed off on it, I did kind of say, let's do this. So you get to choose. So do you have anything in mind? Do you want to play the game?
You know what? Let's play the game. It's been a little while since we played the game. Let's play the game.
All right. You got 3 in mind then?
I got... let me double check my watch list right now.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to think what could we possibly bring up that would be a little bit fun to watch. So, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. One again. It's isekai. It is isekai.
Okay, kind of isekai.
But it's a little different. I'm not gonna say any more there.
You can't throw Shangri-La Frontier at me that quickly right away.
I'm not. I'm not. It's not the one. Okay. I promise you I'm not throwing Shangri-La, even though I want to.
Yeah.
Okay. The other one, dark, gritty, very gory, very bloody. Great soundtrack though.
Okay. And third one.
And you know what? I'll throw in the last one, shonen. Okay. Fun, upbeat, true hero, and kind of Japanese-esque. Well, actually, Japanese-esque.
I don't want to go dark. I don't feel like going dark, so we're not going to do the second one because I want to stay upbeat. I don't want to be miserable.
That's fair.
And I got to remember, I've got so much to watch this month that I'll have to choose the right moment to fit. Or how long are these? Can I ask that? How long?
Would say
the 2 I'm thinking of, the first and the second one, the isekai and the happy one. What are the links?
I think the isekai. I'm trying to watch how I say this.
I just need to know because I need to be. I have to plan out how to watch them because I've got like 10 shows I need to watch. I'm going to start watching them, so I need to know when I'm going to fit this in, leading up to the end of the month. That's the thing.
Let me double check. Okay, so the isekai is.
It's also a question if I've seen it or not. If it's a question if I've seen it or not. Do you think I've seen these?
Yes. I'm trying my hardest not to spoil.
Oh.
So the isekai is 26 episodes.
Oh, you want
the
all right,
shonen.
All right.
And the shonen is
you want to do Log Horizon season 1?
No, actually.
Oh, I thought that was the isekai.
You know what? I'll change what the isekai was. It was I will change it to Log Horizon from season 2 of Reincarnated as a Slime.
Oh.
So you can do Log Horizon, or
I've watched them both recently. So
the other one, the shonen. I'm not going to tell you what the shonen is, but you like the shonen.
Since I kind of all right, we'll go with the third one since I kind of spoiled
the shonen.
Yeah,
okay, third one's Demon Slayer season 1.
All right, let's do it.
So I knew because these all came up from ahead. It was like, okay, let's pick something that I know we'll like. The dark, gritty one was actually Tokyo Ghoul season 1, the only good season.
I'm glad I didn't choose that.
It's a good season.
I know, but I don't want to handle that one.
Yeah, that's fair. But like the other two was going to be, you know what? Let's do Reincarnated because I could throw Shangri-La at you, but one of the voice actors is the voice actor for the slime. So that's like, I kind of want to watch Reincarnated right now.
See, I've watched all of those recently enough, so I don't even need to rewatch them. So I'm good. I'll be ready no matter what.
That's why I was trying to play. Yeah, let's do some stuff that we'll really enjoy. So we'll do Demon Slayer season 1.
Demon Slayer season 1. Tanjiro's opening arc.
Hey, you got a Biggles.
Biggles. Remember, chat. for 26 months. Thanks, Biggles. Can I make fun of Dermy here since Dermy's like 700 feet tall? You can make fun of Dermy here. It's okay.
Yeah, you can make fun of me, and I'll just say the Mets suck.
Are they in contention?
Royals aren't really that good.
Are the Mets in contention right now for baseball postseason? I don't know. I don't follow baseball.
I don't follow baseball either. I'm a Royals fan just because I'm a Kansas boy, but
I just don't care anymore. I stopped caring about baseball a long time ago. But thank you, Biggles, for being subscribed for 20 months. They really missed it. They really do.
I don't even know.
Okay, so they just missed it. All right. Well,
I can always make fun of you for being a Mets fan.
Yeah, and I'm sure he'll find something to make fun. He makes fun of you anyway. So they had to win. They got embarrassed. Oh well. Well, I mean, I am so far removed from sports depression, but I remember what it was like, and I don't miss it. So thank you, Biggles, for being a member for over 2 years. Thank you, Biggles.
Oh, shout out.
Yeah, man. With that, we are going to end it then. So next month we'll be watching Demon Slayer season 1 or talking about it. Oh God, I'll probably rewatch it because it's good.
I've been wanting to watch some Demon Slayer, so
I'll find some time. I
need an excuse.
I think I'll make it my evening watch. That's what I'll probably do.
That's what I'll do.
Just so it's something that I don't have to commit hard to, and I can easily just stop and go to sleep. Anyway, all right. Thanks everybody for joining us this evening. We appreciate your support. You can leave likes on both channels. You can subscribe to both channels, and we'll be back in a month. Probably still on a Sunday because your schedule still sucks. So for the time being, we're here on a Sunday.
My schedule is going to suck for a long time.
Mm-hmm. And
the 26th of October.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
you know what? It also works because there's demons, monsters, and blood. It works for October.
Yay. I got to think of spooky movies for driving right now or something relative like that. And I'm not good at that for that kind of thing. Anyway, that's a me problem. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week on another live stream throughout the week. Until then, take it easy, guys.